Today, let's talk about one of the most frustrating things in the e-com space. We all know the feeling of creating a brand new Facebook ads campaign only to have it disapproved, or even worse, your entire ad account gets banned. Now, if your ad account is currently disabled, I have an entire video showing you guys how to get that back, so go ahead and check that out. I'll leave that as the first link in the description below. And with that being said, if you guys are new to this channel, my name's Alex. I cover all things related to e-com, so if you guys find any value in this video whatsoever, remember to leave a like and subscribe for plenty more to follow. Okay, so we're gonna cover reasons for disapproval, ways around it, and how to avoid getting your ad account banned entirely. So let's get started. So first, let's talk about reasons your ads might not get approved right away and why Facebook does this. Now, the first rule I call the location rule, and it's very common, especially when you're traveling. So basically, Facebook captures your IP address and they know exactly where every ad is created. So if you guys are creating ads out of your home or your office or anything like that, Facebook already knows. But on the chance that you're traveling or you move to a new location or you let someone else log into your ad account, Facebook recognizes this new location activity, and they do so because of like transparency reasons or security reasons and stuff like that. But we can jump into all the whys later and everything else. But basically, Facebook knows when you log in somewhere else. So if you're a frequent traveler like myself, you'll get stuck with this a lot of times where your ads are not approved because they realize you're in a completely different location. So if you're making ads out of a hotel room, or you visit another country, or you're visiting relatives, whatever, a lot of times Facebook will disapprove your ads because of that. And that's just security reasons. They're really trying to protect you, protect their own business. If someone's, hacking your ad account and posting like spammy content, they want to be aware of that. So basically, it is there to protect you, but a lot of times it can be annoying if you travel often. So a lot of times when I'm in the hotel, I will watch my ads as soon as I schedule them to be disapproved, and I'll just go through right away, request a review, and explain my situation to them. And 9 times out of 10, I'm good to go. Another reason Facebook might not approve your ads are previous bans that you haven't taken care of. So if you've been banned on Facebook previously, whether it's an ad account or a business account or anything like that, your personal account, a lot of times Facebook will store that and remember. So if you guys haven't dealt with previous bans, you don't want to go using like the same credit cards or the same names or even brand names when you're creating new ones, because Facebook will automatically flag this and deactivate you immediately. So it's really best to deal with all bans up front and make sure everything's taken care of right away. So another very common reason your ads might not get approved is called the 20% rule. So basically, when you're creating ad sets, whether it's an image ad or a thumbnail or something like that, when you're putting images up in front of people, Facebook does not want more than 20% of the image to be words. So if you guys are throwing up a picture of your product and you have like free shipping in one corner, buy one, get one in the other corner, 50% off sale, all these different things on there that you're promoting, Facebook will most likely not approve it. And a lot of times, if you have too much words on your photo, it's a little bit spammy. It's a little too much to actually stop the customer and grab their attention. So Facebook really wants the best user experience. That is their end goal. And if you guys are disrupting that, then they will not allow you to advertise on their platform. So be careful when you're creating images. You can actually run this through a little tester and it'll let you know if your image is optimized and good enough. But basically, be very careful with the words that you're putting on your images. Make sure they're only essential wording on there. You don't want to be spamming with your offers, and really any like promotions or anything you're running, you guys can put in your primary text or the little headlines at the bottom, or just keep it on your product pages, but don't be spamming on your images. Really, you want to create like high quality images that might show like before and afters depending on what you're selling or like the product in use, or create video ads of how it works, why it's for them, stuff like that. But basically, always keep the 20% rule in mind. You never want more than 20% of your image to be text. Feedback scores. Having a low feedback score will completely ruin your Facebook advertising account. So you guys want to make sure that you are providing the best customer care, the best customer service. Your products are of high quality and you are not misleading your customers in any way. Because if your feedback score drops below 2 on the Facebook scale, your ads will cost significantly more and reach less people. If it drops below 1, well then you're done. Your advertising is completely restricted. You gave their customers on Facebook, the browsers, a horrible experience, and they don't want you on their platform anymore. So make sure you're focusing on areas like customer care, customer service, product quality, shipping times, your offers, your promotions, your marketing, stuff like that. You want to make sure everything is high quality and meets your highest standards, because Facebook doesn't like that. Facebook does not like low quality. Facebook does not like bad user experiences, and they will penalize you. Another reason Facebook might disapprove your ads, and this to me is one of the most important reasons. This is something that I'm slapped with all the time. I'm kind of testing my boundaries with this and seeing what works and what doesn't, but this is basically prohibited keywords. So certain words you cannot use in your Facebook ads, like for example, like anti-aging or weight loss or stuff like that. Basically things that guarantee unrealistic results and are kind of deceiving your customer and giving them a bad user experience, because a lot of times these products don't work as advertised and they're very misleading. So prohibited keywords, you want to be very careful and very selective of the words that you're using in your ads. Certain things cannot be used. You'll want to go through all the Facebook policies beforehand. A lot of times they'll actually list some of these out and give you general ideas, but really you shouldn't be running any ads until you do review all of Facebook's policies and understand them. But be very careful of the keywords that you're throwing in your ads, because a lot of times this can result in an entire ad account ban. And the final reason that I have for you guys of Facebook disapproving your ads, this is a very important reason, but this is prohibited categories and prohibited content. So there's just some things that you cannot advertise on Facebook. So some things you can get away with, like some anti-aging properties or like pain relief and stuff like that. As long as you don't guarantee unrealistic results, you should be good. So like I said in the last scene, be careful of your different keywords and stuff. But some things you just cannot sell entirely. Now, obviously, giving the customers their best experience on Facebook, there are many reasons why this makes sense, but yeah, just review their policies. You'll easily understand what's allowed, what's not. You can't go advertising like guns and gun parts or drugs and drug paraphernalia, stuff like that. So just be very careful. Make sure you understand all their policies and you should be good. Now let's talk about ways around disapproval and how to avoid it entirely. Now, obviously, you want to optimize all your images, all your thumbnails, all your videos, and just create the highest quality content that you can. You're not only doing that for your brand, but you're doing that for the Facebook user experience as well. That being said, you also want to remember the 20% rule that I went over in the last scene, where we talk about you can't have more than 20% of text on your images. Obviously, you want to read and understand all policies beforehand. That goes without being said. But another thing you can do is actually create backup business accounts and Facebook pages and stuff like that, because a lot of times there's really no way around these bans. Sometimes the algorithms will just throw anything off and just ban random ad accounts, or you when you're ready to scale, or just ad accounts that haven't done anything wrong. So that's very common. 9 out of 10 people are going to experience this running ads for a long time on Facebook. I'd even go as far to say 10 out of 10 people will, just because of how janky and annoying these Facebook ad algorithms can be sometimes. But you're going to want to create multiple backup accounts just in case you get banned and they actually don't reverse it for you. Increasing your Facebook feedback score is also key to not getting disapproved. So if you have a high Facebook feedback score, Facebook already knows that you're providing a great customer experience for your brand, so they'll be a little more lenient on your reviews. So a lot of times when you have an already established ad account, you can slap up a new set of ads and they'll be approved within an hour. Except on the other hand, when you create a brand new ad account, a lot of times it can take like 1 or 2 days before you even see your ads running. Increasing your feedback score also provides great customer service and really minimizes the amount of chargebacks and refunds that you're going to have to deal with. Now, obviously, if your Facebook ad gets disapproved right away and you know that you haven't done anything wrong, this happens to me on a weekly basis, you can actually request a review in your account quality center. So a lot of times they'll say like ad set errors on the actual Facebook campaign itself, or you can just go into account quality and see like recently rejected ads and request another review. So this shouldn't take too long. It should take like a matter of hours, and Facebook will get back to you on whether they still reject or now they approve your ad. You want to avoid any payment issues up front. So you don't want to have any chargebacks on Facebook or any failed payments or anything like that. They will halt your advertising immediately and a lot of times ban your account. So this is also stored. They actually recognize when you've had payment issues in the past, and this will carry on to other advertising accounts as well. So make sure your cards are set up right. Make sure there's no limits in place that are gonna prevent you from advertising, or make sure you're not spending more than you actually have or anything like that, because if you fail paying for your Facebook ads, they will come after you and they will not be happy. Now, you want to avoid creating spammy landing pages and just pushing too many pop-ups, because the Facebook customer experience carries over to your website as well. And when you're borrowing traffic from Facebook, you want to give them the best user experience. So you want to make sure your website doesn't come across as spammy or scammy or anything like that, and Facebook will reward you. Now, obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody, so depending on your situation, you guys can actually outsource your Facebook ads entirely. So if you guys don't feel like dealing with the day-to-day annoyances of running Facebook ads on your own account, you guys can actually hire an advertising agency. So for a monthly fee, they run all of your ads for you. They do all of your testing, all of your scaling, and everything else. You guys can just call up whatever ad agency you guys like and negotiate with them. Now let's talk about how to avoid getting a brand new Facebook ads account disabled right away. As I've mentioned many times in this video, you want to review and abide by all Facebook policies beforehand. That goes without being said. But another best practice that you guys want to take care of is actually not scheduling your Facebook ads immediately. So if you guys schedule your ads for midnight the next day, that gives them the entire day to run, but it also gives Facebook a good amount of time to review and schedule your ads. Make sure that if you've had any previous issues or any previous Facebook ad account bans, make sure you're using a different debit or credit card. Facebook stores this information in their system, and they know when you get an ad account banned, and then just go out and create a brand new one with that card. It will get flagged immediately and your access will be restricted. So if you guys need to, open up a new card, use someone else's, use a different form of payments, but do not use the same cards that you guys have already gotten banned. Now, as mentioned many times on this video as well, you want to keep your user experience in mind. So you're borrowing Facebook's traffic to go onto your store. They recognize this. They do not want their users going onto poorly designed or spammy websites or anything like that. So make sure you build your product pages with perfection. If you guys aren't good at copywriting or building product pages or anything like that, you guys can surely outsource that work. There's a ton of listings on Fiverr. There's just a ton of freelance work all over the internet. Check different Facebook groups, stuff like that. But make sure your product pages are optimized and built with the best customer experience in mind, and you guys should be good to go. Now, even if you follow all policies and all best practices, the Facebook algorithms will trigger you from time to time restricting your advertising. It happens to most people. Now, if you're currently dealing with an ad account ban, remember to click that first link in the description and I will help you guys get that account back right away. So I hope I was able to help you guys out in this video. I hope everything made sense. If this video did help you guys out in any way, remember to leave a like and subscribe for plenty more. I have 2 ecom resources in the description below. You're welcome to check out either one of those. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.